All right, guys, so giving you guys another update on the Suzuki Katana. It's a 2020, but 4.5 years into its life, it's only got 344 miles on the clock, and I'm the one that's put about 100 of those miles on it. So yeah, we're still going through break-in. It is about to get its first oil change. But in the meantime, we can still do some fun mods. As a recap, we've gotten rid of that ridiculous bumper thing they put on these bikes and replace that with a T-Rex tail tidy. But the one thing I want to talk to you guys about, the big change we've made, is we are now rocking that Sato clip-on style bar setup. And guys, that's really what I wanted to talk to you guys about. This is a big change for the bike. Going from that single curved, weird looking like beach cruiser handlebar that these bikes come with, which is, it doesn't even make sense for a bike. It looks like this. Having that weird handlebar on this bike just absolutely killed the aesthetic, but more importantly, it wrecked the ergonomics of this thing. Matter of fact, when I first rode this motorcycle, one of the things that really turned me off to this bike were the ergonomics. It was just very alien feeling. It felt like the handlebars were like right here to me. It just felt very strange. I knew that there were solutions out there. A buddy of mine has a GSX S 1000, and I put a different set of bars on that bike, and he absolutely loved it. But that bike even came with a lower bar. I tried that bar on this motorcycle, and it did not work out well at all. I'm not sure what's going on there with the geometry of this thing. However, Sato has this setup available. Now, admittedly, it's not cheap, but what you get is worth far more than you pay for with this setup. We're talking about a setup with this type of an ergonomic improvement that absolutely has changed this bike for the better in ways that I didn't even realize it could be. It is now the best fitting motorcycle that I've ever ridden, and that is saying a lot coming from the background of bikes that I've ridden, even recently with the heavy artillery from Triumph that I've tried out. Other bikes that I've sat on, ones that you may be very familiar with, don't have the ergonomics now that this bike has with that handlebar setup. And to give you an idea for what it feels like, let me just show you what it looks like so you can see what the body position and the posture looks like on this bike. It's not very far down. It's incredibly comfortable. As a matter of fact, riding this bike, you'd have thought that it came with this from the factory. I'm not hunched over. I don't feel like there's that much pressure on my wrists either. And once you're going down the road, you're propped up by the wind blast. So in saying that, would I say that this is worth it? Guys, I'd have paid double for this setup to get these types of results. But I'm just curious. I did some research on this, and I could not find a whole lot of people talking about this type of setup. Now, I get it. The Katana is a bit of a niche product, and well, because of that, maybe it just doesn't get the support from, I don't know, motorcycling community or something like that. I don't know. But I'm telling you this, guys, if you've got one of these Katanas, it's a gorgeous bike. I absolutely love it. That 80s throwback look. What can you say bad about it, right? But it is lacking in the fact that it doesn't have a true set of clip-ons. But you don't need to go that far. Just look at the Sato setup that I've got on this bike. Hopefully that seating position shot I just gave you gives you an idea. It's not overly aggressive, but more importantly, it's a lot more comfortable. A lot of guys go, I'm worried about I'm going to be bent over too far. Guys, I come from a sport bike background, so anything super upright is going to feel a little bit weird. Even my Bonneville doesn't sit so high up like that. But I guess getting to the point again here, if you've got one of these Katanas and you're not running that setup, I don't know what to tell you. It's absolutely awesome on this bike. The bike feels more lively, and when I go to set the thing up into corners, it absolutely drops into the corner like you would expect a sport bike to drop in, and it has absolutely no weird quirks or quarrels or anything like that. It is as good as I could have possibly hoped the outcome to be. So, hey Sato, throw your boy some coin over here. Anyway, guys, Hopefully that helps you out. I'm putting this out there because, again, I just did not see a whole lot of people talking about these types of setups for this bike, and I figured, well, if you're watching this, you might be considering getting a setup like this. They're super easy to install. I don't know what's holding you back. Just get out there, do it. You'll absolutely thank me. But I'll tell you this, just make sure that you incorporate your blue Loctite and a torque wrench. Just to put it in right. Don't try to over tighten everything, torque everything to spec, and you'll be in great shape. I am enjoying this a ton, and I think you will too. And with that, that's a wrap. We'll catch you on the next one.